Welcome back, each and everyone watching Mama Rwagasawa Television. Thank you for being with us. You're going to be with me, Kamikaze Gislaine. Now let's kick off with the news headlines. Senegal president is expected in Rwanda. Prime Minister Justin Nsengiyumva joined the University of Rwanda's 11th graduation ceremony. On the international scale, Army Colonel sworn in Madagascar's new leader after Coup. Let's take a short break to be back into the news details. Welcome back. Let's start our news in Rwanda. Senegal's President Bassirou Diomaye Faye is expected to visit Rwanda starting October 17 in an official working visit. This trip is his first to Rwanda since assuming office and comes at the invitation of President Paul Kagame. During his stay, the leaders are expected to hold talks on strengthening bilateral cooperation, especially in areas such as trade, investment, technology, governance, and regional security. The visit reflects both nations' desire to deepen diplomatic and economic ties, aligning with broader East African partnership and regional integration goals. As part of their agenda, Rwanda and Senegal aim to explore joint initiatives that could leverage each country's strength and foster mutual growth. Moving ahead, this morning at Huye Campus Stadium, Prime Minister Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva presided over the 11th graduation ceremony of the University of Rwanda. Prime Minister Dr. Nsengiyumva Justin told the UR graduates that Rwanda's journey to transformation is powered by one thing above all, and that's its people.
Rwanda's journey to transformation is powered by one thing above all, and that is our people. Our vision is clear: to become a knowledge-based economy driven by innovation, creativity, and skill. That's why human capital development lies at the heart of our national strategy for transformation. Higher learning institutions like the University of Rwanda are therefore key partners in shaping the nation's future. This institution plays a profound role in producing the thinkers, the innovators, and the leaders who will drive progress across sectors, from science and technology to health, business, and beyond. But achieving this vision requires teamwork across government, the private sector, academia, and our development partners. Progress happens faster when we work together with urgency and shared purpose. We commend the university's commitment to research and innovation, which tackle real challenges and improve lives.
The Vice-Chancellor of University of Rwanda, Professor Kayihura, urged graduates to stay current by continuously updating their knowledge, especially in emerging technologies like AI, to remain relevant in a rapidly changing world. A total of 9,526 graduates were the ones that celebrated their academic achievements today, including 4,204 females and 5,322 males. Turning to the next story, today at Motobo, Musanze District, Roxburgh's Director General for Development Corporation visited the site where a center of excellence focused on agriculture and livestock will be built, aiming for hands-on learning, financial sustainability, and local community involvement. Mr. Manuel Tolna, Director General of the Roxburgh's Development Corporation Agency, said that Motobo is one of the 3 planned TVT centers of excellence under which the Ishema project will be built on.
We are actually implementing the project, so we get a mandate from our government and from the government of Rwanda, and LACSTEF is the agency operational pillar, if you want, the agency implementing the program. So we are designing the project and also afterwards implementing, providing both technical assistance to national partners, but also to the schools. And then, of course, doing the strategic investment. So the infrastructure investment is also, of course, delegated by us to RTB. We have a very good partnership with RTB. You interviewed DG Paul before, so we work hand in hand with RTB to implement the program.
Now let's take a short break to be back at the international news.
Turabamenyesha ko Danobe Home yabaye Smart Home. Ni impinduka zigamije kongera ibicuruzwa byiza kandi biramba. By'umwihariko ku biciro bibanogeye n'uburyo bwo kwishyura buboroheye. Wadusanga aho dukorera KBC Kimihurura cyangwa ugasura urubuga rwacu wa/smarthome.rawa. Wanaduhamagara cyangwa se ukatwandikira ku murongo wa telefone ukurikira 07 88 90 50 90.
Welcome back. On the international news, an army colonel who seized power in military coup was sworn in as Madagascar's new leader Friday in a lightning-fast power grab that ousted the president and sent him fleeing from the country into hiding. Princess Majusa proceeds.
The State and African news, where Colonel Mikhail, the commander of Enright Army Unity, took the oath of office to become the new president at a ceremony in the main chamber of the National High Constitutional Court and in front of its 9 raid robot judges. His actions of the president came just 3 days after he announced that the armed forces were taking power in sprawling Indian Ocean island of around 30 million people off Africa's east coast. The United Nations has condemned the military takeovers and a constitutional change for the government, but there has been a little significant reaction from other countries, including Madagascar, former colonial France. Turning to our next story and international news, Taiwanese officials have been banned from attending events held by the China next week to mark the 80th anniversary of the island retrocession to Chinese law because Beijing is trying to distort history for its own aims, the government said on Friday. Next Saturday marks the anniversary of Japan, which colonized Taiwan in 1895, handing the island to the Republic of China government. In 1945, both Taipei and Beijing referred to hand over as the retrocession. China and democratic governed Taiwan, which Beijing views as its own territory, have repeated crushed this year over their differing interpretation of the 8th anniversary of the end of the World War II. Taiwan said it was the Republic of China that fought the war, not the People's Republic of China, which was founded by Mao Zedong Communist in 1949 after they won the Civil War. The Republic of China government fought to Taipei, and the Republic of China remains Taiwan's former name. In a video statement, aide of the Taiwan's China Policy-Making Mainland Affairs Council said Beijing had repeatedly fabricated for narratives. Concluding the international news, Greece Parliament approved a bill on Thursday which allows employees in the private sector to extend the number of the hours unemployed can work despite protests across the country from working grappling with cost of living crisis. The bill, entitled Fair Work for All, allows employers to extend the workday to 13 hours, up from the current 8. Greece's conservative government, led by Prime Minister, says the new registrations aim to make the labor market more flexible and effective. The proposal has already triggered 2 general strikes this month, with unions denouncing it as a violation of the fundamental labor rights, while the General Confederation of the Greek Workers' Trade Union deemed it as a tool of profitability at the expense of the human dignity and demanded the government stop registration in the absence of society. Within the European Union, Greek employees already work some of the longest shifts at an average of around 40 hours, compared to 34 hours in the German and 32 in the Netherlands, according to Eurostat's data. Similar conclusions were reached in a similar OCDE survey for 2023, and the survey found the Greeks worked around over 1,897 hours across the year, leading Europe in hours worked. A 2024 year status survey on long hours defined by the EU statistics agents as working 49 hours or more week in main job found that Greece had the highest proportion of the peoples in the European Union working long hours at 12.4%. Princess Midisha Mamorgo Gasau TV.
As we come to the end of today's news edition, let's remind you of the top stories that we talked about. Senegal president is expected in Rwanda. Prime Minister Justin Nsengiyumva joined the University of Rwanda's 11th graduation ceremony. On the international news, Army colonel sworn in on Madagascar's new leader after Coup. And this marks the end. Stay tuned.